Hello and welcome back. We are in the survival mode, or the survival type series that I'm doing for Farming Simulator 17. This is on the Goldcrest Valley map. Now this is episode 14, which is kind of special for me because there's only 10 more episodes left that I'm doing in this first season of this series. So it's kind of special for me that I've made it this far. Also, it's kind of a big deal because because I started doing this before I realized that it was about a month and a half almost that I started doing this before I realized that Giant Software is actually incorporating a mode similar to this in the new Farming Simulator 19 game. So, yay! I was kind of ahead of the advertisement there, or the announcement there. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. And also, I've noticed that after I started doing this, that there are other YouTubers that are more famous out there that have started doing it now also. So, that's also kind of a fun thing that I can share with them. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. What I've been doing now is trying to get the ground temperature up where I need it to be. Excuse me just a moment. Sorry, I had to cough, clear my throat. My throat bothers me a lot. Sorry about that. But if you look up to the top right where it says 1034, day 15, mid-spring, to the left of that is a little sun, and then to the left of that you'll see a cloud and a little sprig popping up below the cloud. The cloud shows the temperature. The little sprig shows the ground temperature. Okay. It's taken this long just to get the ground temperature to 41 degrees, which, as you can see, is where these two crops, and poplar are. So, yeah, it's taken almost this entire time. I don't even know why this is showing as green, seeing as though the ground never gets warmed up enough in this mod for you to plant anything through this time frame here, except for grass maybe. But I'm wanting to try and do corn, so I'm going to try a little bit more, see if I can't get this warmed up to about 50. If not, I'll try for 45 and try to plant sunflower. But I doubt it's going to work because last time I couldn't even get it up to 45 degrees until right at the end of spring. It was like right at the end, and because of that it ended up killing off my crop. So if I can't get it till the end of spring, I doubt I'm going to be able to get corn, but we'll give it a try. If we don't get it by about this point here, then we'll go ahead and plant something else. So we'll give it another try this farming season. This mod does have a lot of problems with it for this map. So 16, day 17, we just hit late spring. Look, it's gotten up to 43 degrees. Wow, look at that, 45 degrees, we finally hit it. Nice. So that'll give us sunflowers. Let's see if we can't hit what we need. We'll need 50 now to get the other crop. There's only 24 days in this. We're at 20th day and it's only 46 degrees with rain. 21st day. 22nd day. Okay, it looks like this time we may hit our goal of 50 around here. So I'm going to go ahead and risk it. If not, the only thing I can do is just plant grass and then harvest it later. But I'm going to go ahead and go for the corn. So here we go. Wish me luck. We're going to see if we can't get that corn. Here's late spring. See, day 23 of late spring. Day 24. This will be the last day of spring. Okay, so now we're in early summer. Come on. Give us 50 degrees. Day 2. Yes, okay, we just hit it. Nice. So it's finally working right for us. Okay, so we're going to go and we're going to plant corn. I'm excited about this. Okay. Make sure I get the right equipment. Yep, that'll be it. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side of that. Oh. There we go. Gotta disconnect the camera from the turn of the tractor. So much easier to control and steer if you do that. Okay, here we go. So now whoa, that is not what I told it to do. Alright, let's see. Oh, I gotta put seed and fertilizer in this, don't I? Oops. I was thinking I'd already done that. See, I think this gets the stuff here. Maybe it's this. Okay, maybe I gotta pull in sideways to this. Maybe I just can't reach it. There we go. Alright. See, what was I going for? Excuse me, sorry about coughing. Yes, we're going for corn. Alright. Okay. Now, turn this on. Turn that off. Get it out of the way. Okay. I want to make sure we cover over the side completely. Okay. Make sure I hit the right button to turn it on. Working. Okay. Now it's only sowing a small area of the field at a time. The reason for that is because I had to get a cheap one. Turn. Wow. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Here we go. Now I've got a cheap one. It only does a small area at a time, but it was something that I could afford, which allowed me to do this. And it was a mod. It was one of the free mods that I got to be able to do this, which is good. But yeah, I had to skimp on a few things to be able to do this right. And sometimes that just means spending a bit more time being able to do one thing so that you can afford to do everything. I have not cheated money into this game. It's kind of like my Welker's Farm playthrough. I haven't cheated any money in, and I'm not going to be able to make it. If I make it or if I fail, it's all because of choices that I've made. And I want this to be a fair playthrough. So that's why it's being done like this. It's kind of like a survival mode, just to prove that it can be done like this. For those of you that may be new to the series, I have removed, at the beginning, if you go back and look, I've removed every field from my ownership. Excuse me. I started out with a small truck and trailer. Well, actually just a small truck, I believe. But anyways, everything that I have now, all of the equipment and everything, I either had to buy in cash or I had to get a loan for. But I have worked for everything in this playthrough. Nothing was just given to me. And instead of adding stuff into the game to try and cheat to make more money here and there, like I've seen some people, after I started doing this, I see it, some other people try to take it the next step further by adding in special missions and stuff like that to give them free equipment or something like that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Everything that I get, I've earned. There's no freebies in this one for me. So yeah, it's taken a while. Because of the way they're doing it, they're able to get money faster, they're able to progress quicker. But with me, I'm doing it fair and even all the way through. And I like that. It may get a bit boring sometimes, but it's enjoyable for me. Even though sometimes it gets a bit boring, because it presents a challenge for me that the game doesn't normally have. Now, with the new style playthrough that Giant Software is doing with Farming Simulator 19, which is going to be similar to this, the thing I do like about that is you don't even start with the farm. Now, I do have the farm here, which is basically just a house and barn and silo. That's pretty much all I've really had. This field, I had to earn the money to buy it. With the Seasons mod, they've nerfed a lot of the rewards that you get for doing missions for the neighbors and all. Because of that major nerf that they did, it has made it a bit harder to make money helping neighbors, which is one downside to it. But it hasn't helped me from progressing. It's only slowed it down more. So yeah, there's advantages and disadvantages to doing it like this. Overall, I still like it. It's very fun, very enjoyable for me, and it's very relaxing as well. There have been a few problems that I've had with the Seasons mod, but it's not game breaking or anything like that. It's just something I've had to learn how the Seasons mod has its own little glitches and try to work around them any way that I can. Which sometimes if there's a glitch in a game, that's all you really can do. Like I said, overall, this has really been a fun and enjoyable experience. I have another experience planned for the off season for this series. Just so that you know what I mean by that. I'm doing this kind of like how TV series are done. I start doing like season 1, and then after it's done, which is 24 episodes, I start doing another season, and so on and so forth. The other season though, I might, instead of doing season 2 right after this and starting over with season 2 episode 1, I may start doing another episode that I'm wanting to do, or another series. This other series is still going to be on Farming Simulator 17 because 19's not out yet, but it's going to be a bit different. I'm going to be starting out with much older equipment. It's going to be the same similar premise. I'm going to have little to no money to start out with. I'll only have very, very limited fields to use. And the whole point in it is I'm wanting to use older equipment to start out with. Like, I inherit or I get a farm that's like really old, and I have to work it up to getting the newer equipment. I'm talking about like really, really old equipment. So that's something I'm thinking about doing. I've wanted to do it for a while. It's still going to be kind of like a survival mode, only like I said, I'm starting out with equipment in it. So it's not like I'm starting out without any equipment at all. And if I do, that one's going to be more of a roleplay type thing instead of a let's play like this one and my Welker's Farm map. The reason for that, I really enjoy the roleplay that you can do in this game. I really enjoy it. It's fun. It's exciting to me. Why does this thing keep jumping like that? There we go. But it's really fun and exciting for me, being able to do stuff like that. I've always liked acting and all, and this is a way for me to do that in a very enjoyable experience. Not sure if you would like it or if you'd find it boring, but it's just something I want to try. Excuse me. But I think I'll be starting to record that very soon. It won't be uploaded until the end of this series. And I'm hoping to get enough of them recorded so that I can try and upload more of them each week. I'll still be doing Euro Truck Simulator. Euro Truck Simulator 2 series, that is. It's going to be done a little bit different with Euro Truck Simulator 2. The main thing I'm going to be doing with it is I'm going to be trying to focus on certain, how would I say it? I'm basically just focusing on long trips. That way I can do half of a trip in one episode and another trip in another. It's kind of a way. It's kind of a way for me to, I guess you can say, expand a little bit. In what I'm doing, versus just doing one episode. Oop, did I just? Yeah, I just ran over something. It's a wheelbarrow. Doesn't matter. You can't use them anyways. But anyways, as I was saying, excuse me. It's kind of a way of me doing the Euro Truck Simulator 2, but instead of having like a brand new delivery every single week or something like that, 1 week starts it and then the next week ends it. Now, if you'd prefer something different, let me know. If you think that it'd be better if I try to do smaller deliveries, try to fit one, maybe two into a video, let me know. I'll give that a try. Just let me know down in the comments. I'm all for trying new things. It's fun. Excuse me. I was actually surprised that after I started doing this episode, kind of like starting from scratch slash survival type mode, I was actually surprised that so many other YouTubers, big YouTubers, started doing it. Especially ones that said that there were some that said that they weren't going to do anything like this because they were always transferring money from a previous save over whenever they'd get finished with one series, and they said it was because it was boring for the viewers to sit and watch through, and that they were bored, starting over from very little money and all. Honestly, I like it. I like the whole survival type aspects. Like, what are they gonna do? What choices are they gonna make? Because you can make choices that may cost you greatly at the beginning of the game, or may end up ruining you for the game. Especially if you're like me and you don't want to use cheats or anything like that to hack money into the game or something. To me, if you're doing that, it's not really a survival type mode. You're still, cheating, which, isn't really survival. That's also why I didn't add any of my own missions or rewards or something into the game, because that's just a cheap way of hacking or modding money or resources into the game that you normally wouldn't have. Then it's not really a survival type mode. It's more of a roleplay type mode. Is really all that is. It's not so much of a survival mode. To me, a survival mode means it's actually challenging for you, and you have to use the settings in the game to try and get to where you want to be. Because I could have sat here and I could have gone, oh look, so-and-so needs me to do a mission, they're gonna give me a free tractor. It's an old one, but it's free. Yeah, that's just I'm sorry, but to me that's just another way of cheating money into the game, because you're coming up with your own way of cheating it in instead of using like a money tool mod or something. Yeah, I'm not really that big on that. It eliminates the whole point in doing survival, because the whole point doing survival is for the challenge. If you eliminate the challenge, where's the point? That's just my personal opinion. I know others may have their own opinion of it. But I'm more old school type gamer. If you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat. If you're not gonna cheat, then you're not gonna cheat. There's no in between. There's no, well, I'm not exactly cheating type deal. It's either cheating or not. So guess that kind of tells you how old I am. A bit old school like that. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat and coughing, but problems I have with my throat keep getting worse. See if I can drink some water, see if that'll help. And there goes the last of my water. But it's okay, we're almost done with this field. I'm going to go up here to the end, and I'm going to make one pass all the way across the end here before I come back down along the side. Make sure that I don't miss anything up here at the end. Yeah, I can see a few spots that I missed. Don't go to that other line. Good. Stay on this one. Alright, then after I get down to the end, I'll go across that end over there. And then we're done with this. There's not really much else that we can do here. I think we can cut this off now. Okay. I'll take this thing over. I will refill it with fertilizer and seed, and then we'll park it for the next time. I know in real life you probably wouldn't fill them up with fertilizer and seed and then leave them sitting, but I do like doing that because it lets me just take it out to the field next time I'm ready. and then just have at it. Okay, so there's that. Where's my sprayer? Is it up here? Yeah, there it is. Alright. Ooh, it needs to be filled back up too. There we go. Well, this thing was also really cheap, but this thing does cover a pretty big area. Let's see. You see, that's the range of the sprayer. This thing covers a field in just a few passes. Alright, so let's actually move this out like this. There we go. Or move it in towards the field. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's actually fertilizing. I think it might be messing up again. Hell no, now it's showing that it's fully fertilized first time. Huh, before it didn't do that. Okay. So you're showing that this field over here wasn't fertilized. So we're going to go and see if we can't do that for that person. Yeah, they'll let us do it. That'll give us about 7 minutes almost and $1,300. So that'll cover part of my expenses for the day. Yeah. I'm not going to bother with the weight. And this is the same kind of sprayer, isn't it? Yeah, I thought it was. Alright. There we go. And this should be fairly quick. Not as quick as the small field we got over there, but it'll be quick enough. It's be what, 4 passes, I think, at most. Yeah, a little side-to-side type motion. That's what this mod does, the GPS mod. if your vehicle that you're riding is kind of moving fast, it'll start, you know, getting squirrely on you sometimes. Like how it's already got a crop all the way around the field that's done. Oh, that is funny. Yep, I was right. It'll take about 4 passes. Not even 4 whole ones. It's like, what, 2 and a little more than a half, maybe? We'll see where the green line is. Where do you think it's going to be? I think the green line is going to be right near the edge. I don't know. I think it might be just inside the field a little bit. We'll see where it ends up at. Yep, actually it ended up in more than I thought it would. And there it goes again. Come on. Apparently that little bit of speed there was too much for the mod to handle. Okay. So it looks like we're finishing it up actually a good bit earlier than what it said we should. That's always good. $1,300. Boom. In our account. And that's it. Okay, so the next thing to do would be to speed time up a little bit. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video.